If you've got a credit card in your wallet right now, there is a very, very good chance you're making a mistake that is quietly costing you over $1,000 a year. And look, it's not from overspending at the mall, it's not from some massive impulsive purchase, it's actually from one single hidden habit that almost every American has, and most of us don't even realize it's a problem.
$1,000 a year, just gone. Poof. Now, I promise you, if you stick around until the end of this explainer, checking your bank app is probably going to make you feel a little sick to your stomach. But it's also going to give you the exact tools you need to stop the bleeding once and for all. So, let's dive right into this.
All right, Section 1, the minimum payment trap.
Here's the thing that nobody tells you about being broke in America. It is rarely the result of one massive, catastrophic financial decision. Nope. Instead, it's 1,000 small, completely reasonable decisions compounding over time. And the absolute biggest one? Well, 60% of credit card holders carry a balance every single month. That is the vast majority of people. And the crazy part is, most folks falsely think they're doing the responsible adult thing by paying the minimum on time. It feels safe, but the hard truth is, you are definitely not.
Which brings us to Section 2, the real cost of debt.
You know, I absolutely love breaking down the math, so let's look at an average scenario. Let's say you've got a $6,000 balance on a credit card at an average 24% interest rate. Your minimum monthly payment is going to be somewhere around $150. If you only pay that minimum, it will take you over 20 years to pay off that simple debt. 20 years. Just let that sink in for a second. A balance you casually racked up in a few months could easily follow you well into the completely next stage of your life.
And it gets worse. Paying that $150 a month minimum means you will ultimately pay more than $8,000 in interest alone. That is literally more than the original debt itself. So you see, this isn't a mistake that costs you once. It costs you every single month, silently, for decades. The absolutely sneaky part here is that the minimum payment is mathematically calculated by the bank to keep you paying for as long as humanly possible. It isn't designed to get you out of debt. No way. It's designed to keep you in it, legally, comfortably, and forever.
Moving right along to Section 3, the psychology of minimums.
Now, I want to make something super clear right off the bat. Falling into this trap is not a bad with money problem. Brilliant doctors and engineers earning six figures fall for this every single day. Why? Because of a little cognitive bias called anchoring. When your brain sees a monthly statement that loudly declares, minimum payment $150, that specific number becomes your psychological reference point. You anchor to that tiny number and completely ignore the staggering true cost of the debt. And guess what? Banks know this. That is literally why the minimum payment is printed in bold, heavy ink, while your total eventual interest is nowhere to be found on the front page.
So how do we fix it? Section 4, 4 steps to freedom.
The best news is, getting out of this trap requires no raise at your job. And it costs you absolutely nothing extra to start. It just requires redirecting the money you're already losing. Step 1, pay the minimum plus whatever extra you can scrape together. I mean it, even $20 goes straight to the principal, completely skipping interest. Step 2, use the debt avalanche method. Aggressively throw your extra dollars at your highest interest rate first, while paying minimums on the rest. Step 3, if you have a balance over $2,000, seriously look into a 0% APR balance transfer card. Shifting to a 12 to 18-month interest-free window can save you thousands of dollars if you're disciplined. And finally, Step 4, automate your payments for more than the minimum. Just an extra $25 a month on that $6,000 balance is going to cut your payoff time by years.
And that leads us perfectly into our final point. Section 5, small leaks, big ships.
Here is what I really want you to take away from this explainer today. Being broke isn't usually about how much you earn. It's really about which everyday, completely normal habits are quietly bleeding you dry. Minimum payments, subscription creep, telling yourself you're going to invest later. They all feel totally harmless in the moment, but as the old saying goes, small leaks sink big ships. The people who successfully build wealth over their lifetimes are not necessarily any smarter than you. They simply found these harmless-looking leaks, and they systematically plugged them one at a time. All right, time for a little homework. As soon as this explainer is over, I want you to open your credit card app, find your actual interest rate, and calculate what you will truly pay if you keep doing the bare minimum. Seeing that massive, real number staring back at you, I guarantee it's going to be better motivation than any budgeting app you could ever download. Before you go, ask yourself this. If the banks are perfectly calculating exactly how to keep your money, what is your calculation to take it back?
If this explainer opens your eyes even just a little bit today, make sure to hit subscribe, because next week I'm breaking down another money mistake that is even more common and, remarkably, even more expensive. Just how much of your hard-earned paycheck is vanishing into thin air every single month? We will find out next time.